Kitchen. In this video, I'm going to demystify how to make a sponge cake, a perfect sponge cake, and I'm hoping I can break it down to the point where even beginners and people who haven't baked will be able to attempt this recipe with perfect results. So let's get to it. So for our sponge cake, we're going to make there's a type of sponge cake called Genoise sponge cake, and that's what we're going to make. We basically need just flour, sugar, you can use just normal sugar, eggs, whole eggs, oil, vanilla essence, and this is clear vanilla. Then I decided to go ahead and flavor it further with the orange zest. Then of course we need our baking tins, and I greased it with the margarine, then I lined it with greaseproof paper, and the purpose for lining is just so that the cake doesn't get too crusty on the sides and at the bottom before it's well cooked. I don't like crusty cakes. Then we also have our whisk, and then we have this. If you don't have this rubber spatula, you can use a metal serving spoon. Yeah. Then of course for this recipe, making a sponge cake can be a bit you need a bit of an elbow grease, so we're going to use the mixer. Yeah, but you can actually make it manually. You will just require a lot of elbow grease. So I just wanted to show you guys how to line a tin. I've already greased this one. You make sure you grease it everywhere with margarine or oil. And these days there are sprays for baking tins. So I cut this out from greaseproof paper. I just traced the shape of the tin, then I cut it out, then place it inside. You can line the bottom only actually. I just prefer doing the sides as well. Then the strips I just eyeballed. You don't really have to like measure the height of the tin. Yeah, so that's about it. I'm going to add a strip here to cover this part that doesn't have the greaseproof paper. We are going to whisk. So we're going to whisk the sugar and the eggs over a bain-marie. A bain-marie is basically cooking or heating something using the steam from boiling water. So I have my water going, it's being heated right now. So we're going to put our eggs and sugar in there. Then we'll place it in a saucepan or sufuria that is slightly smaller than our bowl, because we do not want the bottom of the bowl to touch the water. Otherwise the eggs will cook since the water is hot. Yeah, so that's basically a bain-marie. We're going to use the steam from the boiling water to heat our eggs, because we want to whisk this until all the sugar is dissolved before we put it in the mixer for it to be whipped. Yeah, I hope I have not lost anyone at that point. But yeah, you have to whisk constantly. Otherwise, if you do not whisk constantly, the bottom mixture will get too hot, and then the eggs will start cooking and you'll end up with sweetened scrambled eggs, and then you'll have to start again. So you have to whisk constantly, and that is the reason why we have this whisk. So let's go to the boiling water. So we have our water boiling, so make sure that the bottom of the bowl does not touch the water. We are only using the steam from the boiling water to heat up the eggs and the sugar. So we're going to whisk this until all the sugar has been dissolved. Then we'll move to the mixer. So we'll add our zest and our vanilla essence. Then we're going to whisk this, whip it with using the help of a mixer until the eggs have thickened and become like a thick cream and white in color. And the purpose for this is to incorporate air, to put air into the eggs, which is what will make our cake spongy. Because if you realize from the ingredients, we do not have any baking powder or baking soda. Yeah, so whisking the eggs with the sugar until they become thick and whipping cream like is what will make our cake spongy. Yeah, so that's the difference between sponge cakes and the other normal cakes. So this will take a while, so I'm going to whisk it, then we'll come back once it has doubled in size and become thicker. Then I'll show you guys the next step. So if you guys can see, when the mixture that was attached to the whisk was dropping back to the rest of the mixture, it didn't disappear immediately. There's like some few seconds before it disappeared. That's how you know that this is ready. And as you can see, it has doubled in size and it has become thick like whipping cream. So now we are ready to add our flour and our oil. Thing that you need to note, do not bang this bowl that has this mixture. So when you're removing it from the mixer, make sure you remove it carefully, otherwise you're going to make the air that you've trapped in the eggs and the sugar mixture escape. Then you end up with pancakes, cake that looks like a pancake instead of a sponge. Yeah, so we're going to first add the flour and I'm going to sieve it in just to add more air. We'll add it in bit by bit. So like that is enough. Then using our spatula, we're going to fold it in. Don't mix like you're making ugali. Yeah, you're going to make the air escape. So we are folding in using this motion that I'm doing. It's like you're folding it in into itself. Yeah, like that. Then at the same time, I'm going to be adding the oil so that we don't end up over mixing, because if you also over mix, all the air will come out and you'll end up with a cake that's not spongy. So we'll put the oil like little by little as you fold in. Okay, so that is well mixed, so I'm going to pour it in the tins. I'll divide into 2 tins instead of baking in one. Then we'll put it in the oven at 180 degrees. I already had my oven preheating. You need to preheat your oven like 10 minutes before you put the cake in. To ensure that both cakes are the same height and the same size, I'm going to use a digital scale to weigh the cake batter as I pour into the tins. Make sure it's reading 0 before you pour in. Perfect sponge cake. Keep it in this channel. I'll be showing you guys more ways of filling it and creating a sponge cake. So keep it here. Until next time, goodbye.